It is oddly satisfying how satisfying it is to round the base off, or to shape the base however I'm going to shape it. It's kind of like, okay, nearly done now. And I was just noticing on this piece how it does kind of add to it. It makes it look completed, and it really, I mean, it doesn't drastically change it, but it goes from like, a block of wood, like, oh, it's got a figure on there. Okay, I'm now just really at the picking stage on this carbon. They're around the eyes and the nose. At the picking stage here, just working on getting all that cleaned up. Really just cleaned up. The carbon is, I can say, done. There are some little details that I've got to do. Got to finish the rifle up here, take this part out, take this part, make the handle, all the fragile stuff. But for the most part, the carbon is done, and I'm just going to pick on this, and this is tedious. It's small tools and real small amounts being taken out. And you can say picking or cleaning, but it's just going where I see a spot and like, oh, that needs a little here and there. Pretty pleased with this one. I did the base. I just kind of rounded it, and I kept it square on there, and it's still on the carving screw, because when I paint it, I'll put it in the same vise and hold it for painting, and then I'll go back and cut the base off. This is pretty much done, other than just cleaning up. So it'll be on to another project that I have like 30 of. One other thing about this, what I call a picking process or cleaning, it's nearly constant changing tools. And also there's a lot of time spent on the sharpening bench, just to keep things razor sharp, where you get good clean cuts. Because after this, that's it. And you have to watch, you don't want anything breaking off, any of the wood breaking off, so you want your tools to be sharp as they can be. Because you can get to this point, and then it's such a small amount of wood you're taking off, you can, if you slip, you can really mess things up. And I don't want to do that. And just show you, I penciled in the grip down here, and I've thinned it out. And I'm not going to be so much worried about cutting through and making it super realistic. I'll just take what I can get. I have cut in behind that a little bit, but not a lot. And I'll get a sharp tool that matches the curve. And set it in like that. And again, this isn't a super realistic piece. Kind of is, but it's just representative of the picture I was given. And I'll just make it as close to that as I can. And again, this is kind of use your own discretion as to how much of that you're going to try to get out. This wood that's can't talk. The wood that's up under the hand. Get enough there to, or I'm taking out enough there to leave a shadow, and it'll just indicate that it goes. Well, it's really not a hole because his hand would have fingers or something on the other side. The cloth would fill it. Cloth, buckskin. And again, it's a constant changing tools and making sure they're sharp. And how much time you spend doing this will greatly reflect on reflect on the quality of the carving. Because this is can get kind of boring. And it can get kind of boring to watch, but it's something that when you're doing it, it's got to be done. Also, it's the very end. I'm ready to move on to something else, but I've got to step back and just say, well, it's got to be done. And this is being all philosophical. You know, the people just see the end product. They don't see all the work and the roughing out, and they really don't care about that, nor should they. They just want a good finished carving. So, and even if you're carving for yourself, that's really what you want. That's what you're going for. So, like right now, I'm down to this. I'm trying to decide how much of this to take out, how much to leave. Just that opening of the sleeve is going to be under the hand, arm. So you cut that out about right there. I'm like, well, that indicates enough. So just thin it up on that side, and I'll probably leave that as is. Still got stuff up under here to get out. And I'll cut the waist out of here. I'll cut it out with a gouge and just get smaller and smaller. Got to remember which way the grain's going too. And this is a spot that will get tricky because you don't want to keep doing it so much that it snaps in two. That super glue would leave a scar on that. Go one gouge size on the inside of that, and then a bigger on the back side. And you can see the shadow left there, and I know I can't cut through that, so I'll just clean up around it and let that be an indication. Kind of twist it like a drill and get that out. and then mark the back side of that part. Now that's done, other than just smoothing out some rough edges. Again, working super sharp. I'll get that waste wood off. I guess really this would be part of a deep relief right here, because it's not going to cut all the way through on that. Also have the hammer up here I'll try to make. Not going for a historical accurate carving on this part. And I think I'm better off using I'm more comfortable using a gouge to get down to that. And when I get down there, it's just real slow work. Can't get in there with the gouge good enough, so I'll use the old knife. We'll get up here and try to get that out. Oh, we will get it out. I'm trying not to break it. I'm using my thumb, my right hand, to support it. And I'm thinking, you know, could just glue a dowel stick or a couple of dowel sticks on there and that would be fine. But then I'd miss out on all this fun. Once I get and you can't see it, but I got the top part exactly where I wanted it. And so now I can just cut everything down to that. It makes me a little braver, which might not be good, but so it is. And also this will Tell me where this thumb needs to go on the back side. Have to cross over again. I was down here working. I don't know if you probably couldn't see that, but then I'll just take a V-tool and run down there. Alright, so I'll do that, and I'll do that on the back side, and I think that's going to be it. Then here's the finished carving. Of course, not painted yet, but the carving on it's finished. See a little of the details of the fringe work and the feathers. I think that's the coolest parts, and his face, of course. And I'll finish out on his pattern there that he had on the rifle. Again, here's the reference photo that I had to go on, and what I ended up with. Hope y'all like it. I'll get to paint it here pretty quickly, I hope, and get it delivered. Thanks for watching. It did take a while. In fact, it took from about September to June, which is way too long, but that's just the way this one worked out. Next time I'll be more prompt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.